By the way, I got to ask you about the Heritage ads. They are hilarious.
Thanks a lot.
The newest one,
Excellent.
where you're getting married and it's a dream.
Right. They said write one for, because when you go to, I don't know if they're advertisers here, but
Heritage?
Majestic, no, well, Heritage,
yeah.
yeah, but the Majestic and the Essex Cinemas, they run these commercials before the previews.
Yeah.
They said, do up a 60-second one. And so I figured that one out. Yeah, I'm coming, if you haven't seen the 60, I'm coming from a show and I change in my truck and I put the tux on and I come in, I look like I'm going to marry one of the mechanics. So the whole point is, the mechanics are so good you think about them, you dream about them. But so then they cut it to a 30, doesn't show the whole thing. But it's Mount Mansfield Media, and they do a nice job.
They do an excellent job. They
over
really
there,
do.
they shoot real nice.
Yeah.
So I had a year with them, and then Dave McElvern over at Heritage, they signed up for two more years.
Smart.
We do some radio too for the trucks, and so it's fun.
You do a nice job, man.
Yeah.
You really
Thanks.
do. How many have you done at this point?
I think we did about 6 TV last year and about 5 radio, and I got to go home this afternoon and do another radio up for the President's sale.
That's right. Big weekend for car
Incentives.
sales.
They can be dry, the car things, and it's hard because the radio, you have to get the incentive things in there, so it's hard to do them as fun and creative. But
Right.
the thing about McElvern, who owns that joint,
Yeah.
Heritage, is he's all into the creative. He's not so much into, hey, we got so much inventory in this. Everybody says that. He would rather have a commercial where literally when you're watching it, you're going, what the heck's that about? Oh, Heritage. Where you're doing that, than have the old same old boring thing. That's his choice, man. So that's why I
Well,
got
look
a
at the
job
Super
there.
Bowl ads. I mean, the ones that get talked about are the most creative ones.
Right.
I mean, the one where you're getting married kind of catches you by surprise when the veil goes up, or you look at the
Well,
hand.
you see the hand first, and
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
greasy.
Yeah, and I write those. I write those.
You write
Great
them.
job.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice job.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Char-
nice.
He's good, that guy that does the acting there. The
The guy looks like ZZ Top.
He's a real mechanic.
Yeah, he is a real mechanic
he's
over there.
Charlie, and he's just natural.
Right, yeah. No
It's hard
pretense.
to
yeah.
know.
We're
Well, you
running
guys
that.
are.
We're actually running that ad.
You run
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
We had it
we're
this
running the
morning.
30-second one.
Good.
So,
Good.
but that's a very creative one.
So they're on here, not to talk business, but like who does your selling and everything? Do you guys do it?
Yeah, well, you do. You're here today.
Well, but oh, there it is. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
this
running the
guy's-
ad right
this
there.
guy's-
There it is.
Yeah, Charlie. I said
It's too funny.
we were shooting that, and we're up on the, and everything. You know how it is. You go as you go, and we're up on the altar, and that's the church I grew up in, the Stowe Community Church, which has it's the big white church in Stowe, has the highest steeple of any church in Vermont. And I said, and the Reverend was there, and I said, "Jesus, we need a cigar for Charlie." So somebody went out to Lackey's and got a cigar and brought it in, and Charlie used it, and I'm like with the production people with Mount Mansfield, there are a lot of young kids, and I said, make sure that you get that cigar out of here. It kind of stinks. Don't light it up, and it was stinking. So next day I went out to dinner with this guy Bernie Newton. He's 84, and his son Rusty Newton. We go out every Sunday to Picasso, and Bernie said, "I went to church today. How was it, Bernie? Pretty good." I was walking in, I see the cigar. Out by the front door.
Who you did?
Bernie, have
Really?
you ever seen the commercial that we did for Heritage where we're sitting around a campfire?
Oh, yeah.
Playing?
Yep.
And there's an old guy eating a marshmallow?
Yep.
That's Bernie
That's
Newton right there. I'm working on my second book.
You are just real, man. That's the thing. You're a real person. You hang out with real people.
Well, then what the heck, man? Life is simple if you don't, they say stress. When I talk to the kids, I do these motivational speeches. There ain't no such thing as stress. You create it.
Yeah.
You create it. Well, I don't. My wife, she's got me all head up, and my kids, well, you married her. You created. No, she creates my stress. I say, you married her. I like to keep life simple. My father was simple. He wasn't a simpleton.
Yeah.
He wasn't a simpleton. He's just a simple guy. And you look back, Carter, Reagan, Nixon, Kennedy, whoever the president was, he knew, he liked it, he backed him. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't going to bed thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he finally died at 93 and a half.
Yeah.
You live and you die. If you're worrying about all that stuff, I think you're wasting your time.
Are you putting this in your book?
Some of that is in my
It
book.
is,
and
really.
the new book is called Razzmatazz, and that should be out this summer. And
What do you do for vacations? You seem to constantly
go to
be
South
working.
Hero
There
last
you
summer
go.
for a week. You know what? I don't usually do vacations like that, but last year I turned 50 last year.
Really?
Yeah, in November.
I didn't think you were that old.
Really? Well, how you doing? Yeah, she's a genius over there. Oh, you running for office too?
No.
I am
Are you?
running for school board.
Are you really?
Yeah, in Colchester.
Jeez, if I could vote, I'd vote you. Now, when's that vote?
Town meeting day.
Meeting
Okay.
Yeah, that's
How
when
much?
everybody votes.
Not to get off the subject of South here, but how much? work do you have to do for that to get yourself out there? Like, I know the big political thing now is so big, you have to be out there for that.
You know what? I
You
just
know
talk
everybody.
to people. Yeah, I just go out and talk to people. I've asked people if you want to talk issues, I'll come over to your house, talk to you, talk to your neighbors, whatever you want.
Right.
So-
And what is your thing? Is there a certain thing you're looking to do if you get in there that you don't like what they're doing now or have been doing?
I just think that school boards, select boards have been doing the same thing for 40, 50 years, and you got to change it up because the same 3 people show up at meetings. And you got to find a way to get more people involved. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I like to surround myself with smart people.
You're as smart as anyone, but you're also work. The thing about school is cool about you, I think. I'm assuming you don't have kids in the school system at this point.
All out.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool that you're. You know,
Way to get.
put
You know what? I got the
service in.
time right now to do it. So why not give
Yeah,
back
but most
a little
people
bit?
forget about that
Sure
after
they
they're
do.
a kid.
Yeah.
They're trying to put a new rink up in Stowe, right? And they want 6.5 from the taxpayers. And all my buddies, my age guys that don't have kids, they're like, yeah, money, 6.5. Ice hockey thing. I said, I was sitting there eating. I said, you know, if we had kids, if you had kids, you wouldn't be saying that. If you had an 8-year-old kid who's playing hockey all the time, you'd be all for it.
Sure,
it's
you
all
would.
Perspective, you know, in life.
You'd have cupcake bake sales.
Yeah.
Plus, it keeps the kids out of trouble, so they're not throwing rocks at your windows. You know,
The hockey program
makes sense.
Life is
Yeah.
life is fast now, huh?
Way too fast.
And the kids.
I was just thinking about this
Not
again
for me.
yesterday. My three kids were like, all of a sudden, they're grown-ups.
Right.
How'd that happen, and when did that happen?
Right.
So when did this disappear?
Right.
Well,
I know.
years ago, but
It's been a long time.
That's why I grew this. I lose it on the top. And I
It
just
starts
have
coming
to
out
grow
down
it.
here.
This
Yeah.
is going retro. I'm retroing.
are you going to do the Fu Manchu?
Well, back into the 70s.
I
wanna
like
look-
it, man.
I want to look like I'm back in the days when we weren't scared of snowstorms. Back in the 70s.
How much did you get? Did you get thunder snow, by the way?
Well, you know what? I had a gig at Lake Morian, which is down
yeah.
below Bradford. And
Yeah.
I had a private party there. Dave Grimm was there. It was for the ag. All the people that put the fairs on all over New Hampshire, Vermont, and I did it. It was great. And I came home in that storm, drove home a 302 up from Bradford.
Yep.
And enjoyed it. And I just don't get it. I mean, the roads are plowed. It was hailing. It was actually grippy. You know what I mean? If you get your mind beyond that, it's snowing and it's awful. I think it's just all this angst. These computer models, they see it's coming a week ahead.
Yeah.
Everybody gets themselves all angsted up. When really, so then I get up to Berlin. I stop for I ate in Bradford at the Colatina exit. Then I get up to Berlin. I stop and get my chocolate chip cookies right there by where Applebee's is.
You are a simple
Well,
guy.
this woman used to be Debbie's. She used to have date-filled cookies, but Debbie's done now cooking. But anyway, now they got these other ones. And I get them, and I get up on the interstate in Berlin there, and and I'm serious. There's this much snow on the ground, but it's hailing and it's grippy and it's lighting up. And I'm in my cab, and it's warm, my Heritage Ford.
Of course.
And there's a Jeep off the road, one of them smaller Jeeps.
Yeah.
And it had a foreign tag. I was like, Massachusetts or Connecticut, and the cops' lights are going. I drive by that, and I felt like stopping. This is at 10:15. I felt like stopping and going back and saying to the guy, how the heck did you go off that road?
Yeah.
How'd you go off the road? Because, buddy, right now, I cannot go off this road. I was going 45. He was probably going fast.
Sure.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
plowed. No one was out. I could have been having fun and doing everything. And
it
he
was
went off the road. I'm
It was
thinking,
coming down, wasn't it?
Yeah, but how'd you go off the road?
Yeah.
At this point, the visibility was fine. It was
Right.
coming down. But it's just funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah. People don't know how to drive in this weather, man.
No, they don't.
You think even growing up in Massachusetts, you'd understand how to drive?
They get all freaked out. Other than maybe he was doing this texting thing or something.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
It is 8:37. Once again, Rusty has 3 shows this weekend up in South Hero, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's show the chest hair again and see if we can help sell some more tickets for some.
I got
some
new material.
Chicka
got
boom,
my
chicka
fiddle
wow wow.
player.
Chicka boom,
Fiddle player
chicka
Don
wow
Como.
wow.
There you go. That's going to sell some tickets for the shows this
Hopefully.
weekend up in South Hero.
Tell you what, I'd show you my George Foreman grill. Look at that.
Hello.
Look at that.
Waiter, check, please.
There you go.
That's full of pasta.
Hey, well, thank you for coming in,
Thanks
man.
for having me. And
Oh,
now I know where you are.
Our
This is-
pleasure.
This is a
We're
unit.
going to
here.
try to get you in here next week, maybe?
Yeah. Let's keep Facebooking on
Okay,
that.
that'd be great.
Yeah, because they get done this weekend of shows at North Hero. And then next week I only have one show. That's in Brattleboro Friday. So I don't have to do so much pre-publicity for that. But this week you're all over.
I know a radio station down there we can get you on.
Yeah.
It is 8:38. Once
Thank
again,
you.
Rusty Dewees,
Thanks.
ladies and gentlemen, the logger. Now a very famous man because of these Heritage commercials, huh?
Right.
Once again, the 3 shows in South Truro, Friday and Saturday night at 8 and Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Always great seeing you, man.
Thank you.
It is 8:38. Time now for some news. We're going to do weather? Oh, we're going to do weather first? All right, let's get to Dave Bush.